All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glories due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaRakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the men and women that are listening and learning, that have changed their lives towards righteousness, that they may earn their salvation. Shalom unto you. All right, this is another lesson in the series of temptation. Okay, different things that can that you have to face being in this truth, that you have to endure being in this truth, okay? That you may earn your salvation from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And this one particular, which I'll start with James 1, but this one in particular is your family and your children, okay? You have to be willing to sacrifice those things, okay? That time, that the time that you have left, before the day of the Lord, the time you have left on earth is put towards giving diligence that your call and election be sure. All right. This is James chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. Okay, which the Lord Yahweh promised to them that love him. So this has to be your foremost love, okay? Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High, for the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. And when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Okay, so from there, there's a few scriptures on this topic. Particularly, I'm going to start in the book of Luke. It's 14:26. Yes, Luke 14:26. If any man come to me and hate not his father or his mother or wife and children and brethren and sisters, basically his family, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. And whosoever do not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. I'm sure I've used this one before, but this one particular is about mother, wife, children, brethren, sisters, okay? And your own life, basically your family, okay? You have to prefer this thing than your family. Let me look this word up, hate, in the blue letter. Okay, we're in the blue letter for the word hate. Mizio. Okay, Strong's G3404, right? It says to love less. Okay, to love less, to detest, especially to persecute, hatred, blah blah blah. To hate, pursue with hatred, detest, to be hated, detested. And as a quick testimony, yeah, it's tough, man. Your family is a tough topic, because you love your family, but do you love your family? Do you prefer them more than Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? The answer to that question should be no. Let's go back. Another one that says a similar sentiment in Matthew, the 19th chapter. Okay, which says, and everyone that hath forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children, your family, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. And let me go to Job right quick, because Job endured those things. Okay, let me see. Let's see where we're at. Matter of fact, it was the first chapter. Let me get to the point. Okay, there we go. Yep. Yep, I'll start here. Job chapter 1, because Job is a perfect scripture situation for us to read into and to have our faith built by, because we're gonna lose these things coming into this truth. Okay, this is something we lose, and you can't allow this to take you out of it. Okay, this is let's see. Yep, and yep, I'll start right here. Yep, this is Job chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 12. It said, And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, The oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and only I am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, The fire of the Most High is fallen from heaven and hath burnt up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Let's get to it. That continues. Yeah. 18, it says, While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the four corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And only I am escaped alone to tell thee. Okay. And Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. See how he, even in the face of adversity, he still turned to the Lord to worship Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And he said, Naked came I out of the mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord Yahweh. Okay. In all this, Job sinned not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. Okay. And he didn't even put it to the charge of the Most High. He took that on the chin. Okay. And to get to the gist of what all went down with Job, to wrap up the story, to show you what happened. Let's start up at, where are we looking for? I'm gonna start up right here at verse 10, Job 42 and 10. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job, which were spiritually like Job, individually, right? When he prayed for his friends, also the Lord Yahweh gave Job twice as much as he had before. So he doubled him up. Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been his acquaintances before, and did eat bread with him in his house. And they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord Yahweh had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. See, when you endure those temptations, you're built up and made better. Okay. It says, yep. And he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she-asses. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. Okay, so he got his family back. Okay, and he called, that goes into the name of the children. Verse 15, and in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons' sons even 4 generations. Okay, so he ended up living a long life and getting that time with his family still. Okay, that's why this is such. And reading in between, you read the torment of this experiment that Job endured. Okay, and still stayed faithful. Okay, even though he was tempted by Satan. Let's go to the book of Matthew, and I believe. Okay, so this is Matthew chapter. Let me move it up. Chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughters against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes, his enemies, shall be they of his own household. Right? For he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. And he that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. Okay? So that just goes to show you that your family, you can't prefer your family over this thing. This thing will tempt you away from this truth. Okay? It'll make you make decisions differently if you prefer your family, your children and loved ones over Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? If you care about how people perceive you, in the world versus how the Lord perceives you. Your children, as an Israelite man, it's tough to with these curses. When the curses, matter of fact, I'll go to the curses real quick. Deuteronomy 28. It's around early 20s. Let's see, your children shall. Yeah. Verse 32, there it is, it says, 23. 32 said, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. Yeah, and it sucks, man. They're given to, you don't get to enjoy your children on this side anyway. So sometimes your children may be in the house with you, but you still don't get to enjoy them as you would. They be in the same city across town, and you don't get to enjoy them the same way. Okay? And so that's important that we prefer Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, like the example of Job. He preferred Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai even though his family was taken away from him. And what did he do? The Lord gave him back because he stayed faithful. He gave him back 100-fold. Okay? He gave him back his daughters. He increased his goods, his sons. He gave him back his sons, and he got to see 4 generations. Okay? How wonderful is that? All right? So it's important that you keep this as a focus, because when it comes, matter of fact, let me go into the Maccabees second chapter. Second Maccabees, the 6th. Let me see. Start up. Let me see. Okay. Second Maccabees, I'll start at 7. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. Okay, see how they suffer persecution for righteousness' sake? Okay. And in this example, I'm going to read verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. Then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, for which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut off the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. And that's when you don't fail. That's when you hold your integrity. That's when you stay with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, he's being tempted with the persecution of himself and the persecution of his family to transgress against Yahweh Shem Shai, and he denied it. Okay, as you will read into this, that they continue to do. Okay, and it continues on that their family did that. So this man is gonna put you up to be persecuted. Okay, and we have to endure that, man. Okay, and the temptation is that you'll fall away from Yahweh Shem Shai, but we can't allow that to happen. We got to stay strong, because this thing continued on and on, as you may know in this chapter, or you may read into this chapter. Okay, I'm gonna get one in. Well, that's not the point, but I'll read it anyway. Revelation chapter 2, verses 10. Yep, it says, Revelation 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And yeah, that may even come at the hands of watching your family die, your loved ones. Okay? But that can't be what pulls you out of this truth. Okay? Not anything. Your works and your faith in Yahweh Shem Shai has to be like, you know what? I understand the death process, and I'm gonna hold still. You might as well kill me. I'm not gonna transgress against the Lord. You might as well do your worst, do your best. Okay, and that's the mindset state we gotta have. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Mark chapter 3, at the end of the book. So let's get to it. Yep, Mark chapter 3, I'll start at 31. There came then his brethren and his mother, and standing without, sent him unto him, calling him. And the multitude sat about him, and they said to him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee. Basically saying that they were outside. And he answered them, saying, who is my mother and my brethren? And he looked round about on them which sat about him, and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whoso shall do the will of the Most High, the same is my mother and my sister. The same as my brother and my sister and my mother. And let me get the one also in Matthew, I believe it's the 12th chapter, 40, let's start up something, 40, okay, yep, I'll read it again, start at 46, while he had yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak to him. The same occasion written again, okay, by Matthew this time. It says, and one said to him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. So he showed you that his real family was those that do the will of the Most High. Okay? And that's what he says. He says, for whosoever should do the will of my Father Yahweh, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and mother. Okay? And he stretched his arms out and showed, this is my real family right here. Because some of his brothers were in the truth and disciples of his, and some were not. And the ones that were not, and his mother was there to talk to him. Okay? But he showed you who was his real family. Those that do the will of Yahweh, of Yahweh. Okay? By Hashem Yahushua. Okay? So Lord willing, is edifying. We got to remember, we're going to be tested with all these situations. Okay? And to see if we're going to stay faithful. Okay? And if we understand wisdom, we know that it's always wise to stay with Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Okay? Yahushua proved that this can be done. We're going to do it to the best of our ability. Okay? And we believe and we have faith and we'll be saved and we'll escape death, and so on and so forth. We got to stay with it. So no matter what temptations come upon us, we have to endure them until the end. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying, and we got to remember that they're going to put our family, in jeopardy, and we got to stay faithful. Okay, we can't be tempted out of this truth, man. We have to hold strong in this thing. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaRakach B'dash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect. Until the next one. Shalom.